Queen's collard greens. Queen's collard greens. Yeah. There are days when I'm so mystified that you have chosen me. Yes. That every night
Alexa, stop. We are live, and I love this intro music because I need something exuberant to translate my excitement. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you and for me because I get to share something so delicious and with you. Can you keep a secret? Today we are in my El Paso home cooking my famous super elixir collard greens. I call them the prophet because they taste like the will of God. But my grandmother Joan in Atlanta, who is the love of my life, she calls them drunk collards. You don't want to miss this because you've never tasted such divine, flavorful collard greens like this. If you are vegan, plant-based, or interested in healthier, delicious options, stay with me. We're talking vegan, vegan, vegan. No matter what you see, it's vegan. Can you show a sneak peek? I'm going to wrap my hair, wash my hands again, and while I do that, you get a sneak peek of this delicious, irresistible meal we're presenting today because you're tuning in early. So check out the perfect collards. It's time you met the prophet. Yes, go ahead and cut to a sneak peek. You like that? You like that sneak preview? Where you're going to love what we're cooking up today. Again, I am Queen Aza. Welcome to the Queen's Table Vegan Cuisine. And I want to know, can you keep a secret? Because in this live video, I'm going to share 7 secrets behind my famous vegan drunk collard greens, known simply as the prophet. The prophet. Because these greens are nothing but the will of God. These secrets deserve to have a life in every plant-based household. And so I'm sharing my secrets in hopes that you cannot keep a secret. Yes, I said it right. I'm sharing these secrets in hopes that you cannot keep a secret. You know, so you can keep my secrets alive. But before we proceed, go ahead and press that like button and make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And hit the notification button as well so you're alerted when we're on. I don't want you to miss a thing. Think the words healthy and delicious shouldn't share the same sentence. Then get a pen, get paper, and get ready. Because this recipe is guaranteed to blow your mind. Here's to the prophet.
Girl, look at them collards. Girl, look at them collards. Girl, look at them collards. Girl, look at them collards.
My son, Sean, is the cameraman, and he keeps throwing me off track.
Mom, somebody's asking about what are you drinking?
Oh, this right here? Let's see. So this is a chlorophyll with mint. I am addicted to it. I can share the information, but I can't give you the revelation. You're going to have to look it up for yourself. Again, this is chlorophyll with a hint of mint. This isn't what you drink for taste. However, once I realized the benefits, it's completely addictive and intoxicating to me. Look up the skin and health benefits. I'm going to enjoy this glass while I divulge all of my drunken collard green secrets. Oh, wow. So, hey, listen. If there's one tradition that needs to be placed back on the table, it's Sunday. In my family, collard greens are a source of tradition, and it is mandatory at most Southern Sunday dinners. For us, it's a sacred, very personal, very intimate, and very delicious, earthy, well-seasoned, aromatic, one-of-a-kind dish. It's so good. You can eat it by itself, but most collard green lovers prefer to eat it with cornbread. So look out for my vegan cornbread recipe.
The queen of adjectives.
Collard greens are very cathartic in the way that it is ritualistically put together. You turn this meal out by hand, and so it is very personal. It is a very sacred dish. If your local store doesn't have collards, this recipe works very well with Swiss chards, but nothing compares to the collard green. Women love flowers, right? Women, we love flowers. But one day, a man is going to send me a bouquet of collards, and then I am going to marry him. Here is a list of the things we're going to be using. I'll post a recipe below the video as well. To make it duplicatable, I got these ingredients from Walmart, Sprouts, and also The Queen's Table, vegancuisine.com. The secrets won't be posted under the video, but the recipe will. Stay tuned for the ingredients. Sean, go ahead and show the ingredients. Okay, you saw the ingredients, so let's get into it. Let's begin our countdown. Secret number 7. For secret number 7, I need you to take a deep breath and keep an open mind, because secret number 7 is going to challenge your tradition, because for secret number 7, we are going to keep the stem on. Most people discard the stem of the collard green because they do not know that it is edible. They don't understand how nutrient-filled it is, or because the stem or the rib is a little tougher and takes a little longer to cook. While you absorb the fact that we're going to keep this stem on, and so we can give our other viewers an opportunity to chime in, cut to the take about how I cut the collard greens and the nutritional benefits of collards.
You wouldn't want to miss it.
Fresh out of the garden, collard greens are always best. Clean them first by creating a soak bath using water and baking soda. Let them soak for a few minutes in the bath and then swish them up and down. Repeat this process about 3 times. A lot of people use vinegar during the cleaning process as well. That's fine. Next, slice them how you desire. But keep in mind, they cook best when they are shredded into ribbon-sized portions. Begin by stacking 5 to 10 leaves and then roll them like a cigar. Then slice them up. Collard greens are low in calories, high in fiber, and in protein. In addition, collard greens are incredible at lowering cholesterol. A cup of cooked collards contains 266 grams of calcium, roughly the same amount of calcium as a cup of milk, which is a great alternative if you are lactose intolerant. A cup of chopped Cooked collards contains 4 grams of protein, 9.3 grams of carbohydrates, 0.68 grams of fat, and 5.3 grams of dietary fiber. Don't dispute the power of the superfood, the collard green. We're back. Great. That's a lot of information about our delicious, dare I say, medicinal friend, the collard green. But here is what you are telling your body to do when you consume it. Amongst other things, you're telling your body to have energy and fight cancer because collards are one of the richest sources of alpha carotene, which has tremendous cancer fighting benefits. So again, number 7, we're going to retrain our brains to love what's good for you. For example, I love this drink, this chlorophyll drink. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. But we have some unhealthy relationships with our food. And for the most part, I blame tradition and taste. But let this sink in. The stem is good for you. It's like that woman or that man that loves you right. It makes you feel good. It gives you all the things you don't even know that you need. You found a perfect love. So please don't toss it away. Stop tossing away that good stuff. So we're going to create a tradition that keeps the stem on. And by the way, it is a great way to clandestinely help your family fight cancer. And the way we're going to season these greens, oh my goodness, it's all going to be so tender and so keep that stem on. Let's count down to number 6. Secret number 6. We're going to activate our collard greens before we cook them. After I chop the collards, I drizzle between 2 to 4 tablespoons of Evo. Evo is extra virgin olive oil. And I put it all over the collards. But I don't stop there. I pour in about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar as well. I just kind of layer it in. Yes. Now, I normally do this in a bowl. But because I want you to see it all, I'm just going to put it on this platter, keep it on this platter. All right. And then I also use my liquid aminos. I have a spray liquid amino here. Here is the liquid aminos right here. This is what it looks like. And here is what the Evo looks like, the extra virgin olive oil that I am using. So I have my liquid amino, I have my apple cider vinegar that I so generously put in there. And then I also have my liquid amino as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to massage it. I'm going to activate it. I'm going to massage it. Yes. I'm going to massage it for 1 to 2 minutes. Notice I am gently massaging the collards. I told you in the beginning that collards is a very intimate and sacred meal. Food is very intimate because this will become a part of your family and affect how they function. This is a part of the reason why I say don't cook when you're angry. You don't want your attitude to become one of the ingredients in the meal. Keep massaging, about a minute left.
Those greens are glistening.
Now, you're right. And you will notice a visible change as you do this, as you massage. The leaves will darken, shrink in size, and become silky in texture. Now, after 1 to 2 minutes has elapsed, then I layer in the nutritional yeast, the chef's delight as well. So here is my nutritional yeast. I'm going to start layering it in. And don't be afraid of it. Almost like I'm just seasoning every green. Yes. I'm making it rain. It's raining nutritional yeast. It is raining nutritional yeast. And then I have my chef's delight here. I'm going to make it rain. It's chef's delight. I can smell it.
I can too.
Oh, it smells so good.
Can't wait for my plate.
Now, last time you had this, Sean, you was knocked out.
Sleep. It will give you the
And
ice.
it's Friday, so.
Oh, got a whole weekend to sleep it off. Greens massage therapy. Gotta get all the stress out of the greens.
Yes, yes, yes. Now it's nice and massaged. Now we're going to cut to the take about nutritional yeast because some of you have been purchasing this active yeast. That's the wrong answer. Nutritional yeast and active yeast are not the same. Roll the clip, Sean.
Roll it.
A brief note, nutritional yeast is not the same as active yeast. 9 times out of 10, all Walmart has is active or instant yeast. So, 9 times out of 10, Walmart is not where you go for nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is normally found at Sprouts, Whole Foods, or specialty stores. Active and instant yeast is usually used for making dough and bread. Active yeast is usually dissolved in water before use. Some of you have messaged me about the difference between active, instant, and nutritional yeast. Well, instant yeast does not have to be proofed, but it is still not nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is a different product. At best, I should say that nutritional yeast has a cheesy, nutty, and savory flavor. For the most part, I use it on vegetables, pasta, popcorn, and broths, and when making vegan cheese sauces. The most common form of nutritional yeast is Bragg's. Nutritional yeast contains all 9 essential amino acids that humans must get from food. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast contains 2 grams of protein, making it an easy way for vegans to add high-quality protein to meals. So, any questions about the nutritional yeast? If so, go ahead and post your questions now. I want to take a moment and thank you guys, thank my supporters and my families for supporting the Queen's Table Vegan Cuisine. Once again, I am Queen Aza, and we are discovering the secrets behind my drunk collard greens known as the Prophet. See, some of you are asking questions about the Chef's Delight. This is perfect because the Chef's Delight is secret number 5. The Chef's Delight isn't at the local grocery stores. This isn't just my secret, but also a secret of vegan restaurants, Asian restaurants, and of the plant-based industry. I want to tell you that there is a substitute for the Chef's Delight. Give me a month and I'll create something extraordinary. But until then, you need the Chef's Delight. It's great for soups in terms of making broths that will blow your mind. And it takes stir-fried vegetables to an explosive level. The baby royales, my daughters eat broccoli like it's popcorn. Why? Because of the Chef's Delight. There is no reason why your soups, your broths, your vegetables should be bland. When I travel, when I cruise, this is my secret weapon of survival because it's a plant-based game changer. Some of you have defaulted to desecrating your greens with animal meat because you don't have the right resources. Real quick, cut to the short video about the Chef's Delight so everyone can know what it is and how to find it. The Chef's Delight is a secret weapon for broths, soups, vegetables, and more. It's vegan, gluten-free, and absolutely delicious. It's stored at room temperature, but must be refrigerated after opening. These are just some of the meals we've prepared using the Chef's Delight. It's best used within 2 years of the manufacture date. It's made from shiitake mushroom, extract powder, sugar, sea salt, combo extract, vegetable, and fruit power. You can purchase this 100% natural seasoning at thequeenstablvegancuisine.com. Again, that's www.thequeenstablvegancuisine.com. This is the perfect seasoning for keeping your meals compassionate. Oh boy. Okay, we are back. If you have any questions about the Chef's Delight, go ahead and post it and we will get right back with you. Oh my goodness, this is really coming together. Look at it, it's all massaged in. Now it's okay if you still have some of the seasoning showing. It's absolutely okay. But hopefully that video answered any questions that you have about the Chef's Delight. My goodness, this is really coming together. Now, go ahead, cameraman, and take a tour of those greens. I think I washed my hands like 80 times while making this wonderful, wonderful meal. So, next what you're going to do is you're going to take your salt. I use sea salt. I don't use regular salt because regular salt has a lot of chemicals in it. When my cameraman comes over here, I can show you this.
I'm sorry, them greens is mesmerizing.
Look, anybody know where I can hire a good cameraman?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, we got jokes today. I didn't know we was going from cooking to comedy.
So what you're going to do is you're just going to add a pinch of salt to your purple onions, to your shallots, and this is what the shallots looks like, to your just a pinch, to your bell pepper, and a little bit to your garlic. I'm going to put this right here and out the way. And again, I use sea salt, all right? Here is our garlic right here, our garlic cloves, our bell peppers, mixed. Look at all the beautiful colors. It's gonna really come together as we prepare this dish. Then we have our purple onions here.
Those are the best.
Then we have our shallots. Shallots. Okay. It's so delicious at this point. You can actually eat the collards raw. I'm a firm believer that if it tastes great before it hits the fire, it will taste great when it comes out of the fire. This is the foundation of the 6th secret. Say it with me. If it tastes great before it hits the fire, it will taste great after the fire. Go ahead. Those of you who are cooking along with me, taste it. I say taste it. So you can show me tasting it. Oh my goodness. That is delicious. Shine.
It's so good raw.
It is. Sean, stop eating the product.
Sorry. So delicious.
That's our marinated bacon. Vegan bacon, that is. We haven't told them about that yet. Or have we?
Have we? Shall we?
Some chefs don't taste their food while they are preparing it. That's free intel. Don't be afraid to taste it. The taste is a preview of things to come. If you need to add more Chef's Delight or nutritional yeast or salt, now is the time, because I don't season during the cooking process, only during the preparation process. It's so delicious at this point. You could stop and enjoy a raw collard green salad and top it with any of your favorites. Some people eat grits with it, grits and collards. Some people even add nuts. I've seen it all. But please, please, please remember this delicious meal idea for all of you who sometimes enjoy a week of raw meals. If I were going to eat this raw, I would even top it with a mango habanero based dressing. And so, hey, listen, this meal is so good, it would elevate you to an instant royal heaven. to retain all those rich nutrients we talked about in secret number 7, I'm going to stir fry these collards in low heat for 10 minutes or less. Listen, some of you may want to steam or braise them. I say go for it. But again, stay away from high heat at long periods of time in order to retain the nutrients. We've already seasoned them, but once the collard greens hit the fire, we're going to incorporate the bell peppers, chopped onions, garlic, shallots, and if you desire at this time, go ahead and incorporate any of your favorite herbs and spices. For example, I know some of you are partial to crushed red peppers and garlic salt. Some of you may want to add a dash of black pepper. For me, I don't feel it needs it, and I have to be a little on the conservative side because the baby royales, they're 5 and 4 years old, so I can't really put a lot of spicy spices into this. So come on over here with me to the stove. A little closer, a little closer. Now, I want you to zoom in there. Now we're at the stove. If you notice, I have a seasoned iron cast wok here, and my red pot here is a cast iron round Dutch oven. If you don't have one, they both cost anywhere from $50 to $150 each. Of course, use what you have, but it's worth it to go iron cast. It's worth the investment in your health. I love my collection of iron cast cookware because they are masters at heat retention. Ask any dietitian or nutrition coach, and they will tell you that even heat and heat retention is an important attribute to healthy cooking, and they make a tremendous difference as to how the meal texturizes and integrates. Now, they require muscle power. Yes, they do. They require muscle power. And you have to season them. But this is a family heirloom that you can name and pass on from generation to generation. So now that we're at the cooking phase and we're at the stove, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to base my iron cast wok with some Evo. Yes.
And there's nothing evil about it.
Evo, the extra virgin olive oil. All right. So I'm going to pour in, I'm also going to go ahead and pour in about a ½ cup of my vegetable stock into my Dutch round oven. And that's what that's called again. Okay, I want you to look at it in terms like this. The wok is for frying the collard greens, and the red Dutch oven is the holding area that seals everything in. If I were only making a small batch, I will only need the wok, but I'm making enough for 8 people. This leads to secret number 3, which is to keep the cooking temperature between low and medium heat. Do not turn the dial up to high heat. Do not turn the dial up to high heat. Medium. And then for my Dutch oven, it's already on low. Perfect. So I have my Dutch oven on low. I have my wok on medium. We live in a world that wants immediate gratification, but this is not fast food. This is pride food. This is about health for your family. So I'm using a gas stove for this, and I'm going to take 1/3 of my collard greens, our delicious, already activated seasoned greens, and I'm going to place it into the wok. Yes, just 1/3. Oh, that's perfect. You hear that sound? So let me just say that part. I chopped about 4 bunches of El Paso purchased collard greens. 4 bunches of El Paso collard greens is only about 1 bunch of Atlanta collard greens. So if I got my greens from Atlanta, 1 bunch of greens would look pretty much like a bush. So I'm going to put about this much into my wok. This is a little bit more than 1/3. I can actually just put a half of it in there, and it'll be just perfect.
You just throw it all in.
Yeah, I know, right? That would be perfect. Okay, look at that. Yes. And Everybody who knows me knows I love cooking with a wooden spoon whenever I can.
It be the greens for me.
Now, don't be intimidated if it looks like a pile of a lot, you know, because it goes in like a mountain, and in a few minutes it reduces to a hill. The wok is on medium heat. Actually, yeah, medium heat. The wok is on medium heat. I'm not going to take it to high again because we want to lock in the nutrients. Then we're going to toss in a third of our shallots. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and put in a half. Yeah, of our shallots. And then I'm going to also put in a third of our bell peppers. Actually, again, I'm going to put in half of the bell peppers.
It's a big family.
Yeah. And then also, again, the onions. Now, if you don't like the onions, the taste of onions in your greens, I recommend you putting the onions in the wok first and stirring them around until it becomes translucent. It gives it a really great taste, and the onions pretty much evaporate into the mixture. We're going to also take half of our garlic, and we're going to put that in there as well. Now, don't worry if you didn't get, a half of the collard greens, a third. It's okay, because collard greens can be very forgiving. Okay, look up at me. All right, now that we have approached this cooking phase, listen, now is the time to close off the kitchen because this meal deserves our undivided attention. When I'm cooking greens, usually when I'm cooking point blank, but really when I'm cooking greens, I don't allow anyone to come in the kitchen. Not the kids, not the sweetie pie. Well, the kids can come in if they're gonna help. They're learning to cook. And the sweetie pie can come in if he's gonna give me a little kiss, which is gonna make me happier and make me a happier cook. That's absolutely fine. Go ahead and zoom in on this right here.
Son's not allowed in the kitchen because I'm making laugh and distracted.
Oh yeah, you definitely can't come in. Yes, look at that. The kitchen is completely closed off. No phone calls, no children. Again, the sweetie pie can come in if he wants to give you a nice little kiss, or she wants to give you a nice kiss. That's my kitchen policy, because I have to be able to hear my food. I have to have what's called purposeful noise.
It talks to you.
Yes.
It speaks to you.
So we're going to cook this for about 7 to 10 minutes. Look at this, just stirring it around. Look at it. Now, some of you will only be cooking about 2 bundles of collard greens. So again, you will only do this once. Only one time for you. Yes, yes, yes. This cast iron skillet is really doing its job. If this were cooked in most aluminum pans or frying pans, the greens would more than likely stick to the skillet and it would unevenly cook. But not with my iron cast skillet. Watch it work. Look at it. And look at that collard green juice. We call that pot liquor.
Can you put that in a bowl for me, please?
Oh, yes. You can drink that by yourself and even use it as a broth for soups, especially with that chef's delight in it. Look at that. You see how it reduced from a mountain to a hill? Yes. Get closer, get closer. Smell this. Get a little closer. Look at this sacred creation. The Evo, nutritional yeast, apple cider vinegar, liquid aminos, and chef's delight is already lending itself to the garlics, the shallots, the bell peppers, and onions. With all of these vibrant colors of red, yellow, green, purple, orange, and white, yes, white, this meal makes it easy to ramp up your nutrition intake. I mean, it's like you're almost eating a rainbow.
I was just gonna say taste the rainbow. I didn't think we were gonna get sued copyrights from Skittles.
So you can already see why in our family, collard greens is one of the most sacred and cherished dishes that can be served. Look at that.
You don't need a rooster or anything to wake you up in the morning. You just need to smell the collard greens.
Look at that. Now, this batch is done, and so I'm going to transfer this from the wok to my round Dutch oven. Yes, yes, yes. And it's already on low heat. And remember, there's already vegetable stock in there. Now, you don't want to use a lot of vegetable stock because this dish is already seasoned perfectly already. Stock can drown out the seasoning, and you don't want to have to add more seasoning. So I'm just going to transfer it over into my pot. And as I said before, collard greens are very forgiving. So if I had over seasoned, all I would have to do is add a little bit more vegetable stock. Look at that. Ooh. You see that yellow color in the broth? That's how you know the broth is just perfect. If it's clear like water, nobody's gonna drink that. That's one of the things you're gonna look out for. Okay, so I'm getting the last little bit out. Again, this takes some muscle power. Yeah. You know you've been at it for a while when you lift it like this. Instead of with a, okay. Okay, this is our second batch right here. It's almost done. I know you are used to adding 3 to 6 cups of water to your boiling collard greens, but not on my watch. That's not how we're going to do business today, all right? However, again, if you feel as though you've over-seasoned your greens, you can mellow it out with stock. Yes, yes, yes. All right, great. But you have followed my directions, and everything has come out perfectly. Purr. Oh, Sean, wow. I've never heard you purr like that. Muscle power, muscle power. You know, you get it out your way, I get it out mine. Look at that muscle power. Okay.
You making a beat?
All right. Before we go to secret number 2, go ahead and press the like button and share this video while we recap the secrets that have already been unveiled. Number 7 was keep the stem on. Number 6 was activate your collards. 5 was don't forget the chef's delight. 4 was use an iron cast skillet. And 3 was use the lowest heat possible. Now we are on number 2. Drum roll for number 2, Sean. All right, here we go. I think this is Sean's favorite part of the collard greens. Number 2 is integrate your drunk vegan bacon or your drunk king oyster mushrooms if you don't have a really good vegan bacon. All right, so while I do this, go ahead and show the video of me marinating the vegan drunk bacon. Oh my goodness, I love this clip.
But before the bacon, I think you got the terminology wrong. It's not drunk bacon, they're intoxicating.
Show the clip.
Get that in the bowl.
This vegan marinade complements your favorite vegan bacon, or if you don't have vegan bacon, the texture of the mighty king oyster mushroom works just perfectly too. This is the part that makes the collard so alluring and intoxicating because we're going to add rum, or if you like, brandy. It works well too. Now, when kids, minors are invited to the dinner, I don't add the alcohol because we don't cook the vegan bacon long enough to ensure all the alcohol burns out and the effects are felt. But that's not a problem because this dish is spring loaded even without the alcohol. And with just the syrup, lemon juice, and brown sugar. I slice the vegan bacon, add vegan honey or 100% maple syrup, brown sugar, rum, and fresh lemon. Oh my goodness! This marinade by itself is so drinkable at this point. You only need to marinate between 5 to 10 minutes prior to cooking the vegan bacon on medium heat. Yes, just 5 to 10 minutes prior. It works just that fast. All right, come on here. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little Evo in my wok here.
Ain't nothing evil about it.
E-V-O-O. Evo. All right. And then I'm going to put my vegan bacon in the wok and stir it around for just about 2 minutes. All right.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is not high heat.
No, that's not high heat. It's actually on low right now. But I'm going to bring it up to medium. So again, I love cooking my meals on low to medium heat. Now keep in mind that this is vegan. This is not animal meat. So there is no need to overcook it. It is already done. I can smell the rum, the honey, and the lemon. And again, vegan honey does exist. And I use the same wok that I use to prepare the greens. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the lemons out. I'm going to bring this up to medium heat. Just 1 to 2 minutes. That's it. And then I'm going to pour this into the greens and give it a stir. Listen, I'm about done, but I owe you one more secret. So secret number 1, cook your drunken collard greens ahead of time. Yes, cook them at least 1 day prior. It makes a huge difference. Reheated collard greens are the best. You can even make this a part of your meal prep. Listen, eat them throughout the week and it gets better and better. Now I'm going to get my marinated vegan bacon over and transfer it over to my collard greens. Let's get it done.
My mouth's watering right now. I can't take it anymore. I need a bowl.
And I'm getting every little bit because every bit of this deserves to have a good home.
In your stomach.
Yeah. Every little bit. Collard green heaven, collard green heaven,
hey.
collard green heaven,
hey.
collard green heaven.
Hey.
Okay, here we go. And then I'm just going to stir it all up together. Look at that. Oh, hail the prophet.
Oh, greens. The word of the day is perfect. And the number of the day is 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 secrets
to these drunken greens.
Oh, yes.
If you're ready to sleep all weekend, you need to be cooking.
From medium, I'm just going to turn these from low to medium for about 5 minutes. And then they are done. Let me put my top on. Again, it went from low to medium for 5 minutes. Okay.
And let it touch.
Okay, it has been 5 minutes. Yes. okay if you cook it for a little longer. Again, collard greens can be very forgiving. All right, nothing left to do but serve it up. Serve it up. Here you go. Serve it up.
Got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Okay. So now I'm gonna get another spoon. Spoon, because we gotta have some of this juice.
That juice.
Yeah.
Like that juicy. We eat that lunch.
Because when you finish eating these greens, when you're done, oh my goodness, the juice is a wonderful treat. Oh my goodness, this smells unbelievable. Listen, when you feed your family this right here, you're feeding your family right. Look at this. Steak, tomatoes, moist vegan cornbread, and oh my goodness, these collard greens. My loves, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me, DM me, post your questions down below. Oh my goodness, look at this. I wish you were here. This is so delicious. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget the hot sauce.
Don't forget the hot sauce. Nut. He was adopted. No, he wasn't adopted. He was raised by his daddy. His real daddy.
Wash it all down with some chlorophyll.
Yes. Ooh, we need some outro music.
Alexa, play Touch by Omarion.
Touch by Omarion on Amazon Music.
Yeah. Just get real comfortable. Look at that. Whoa. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. Look, we've known each other for some time. I think it's time. Sorry, baby. I've been having visions.
What do you have me listening to?
Don't play like you don't know Omarion.
Back into it. Yeah, and let it touch. Come on and move. And let it touch. You cannot move. Just let it touch.
Only thing you missing is a touch of hot sauce.
You don't need hot sauce.